Hello and welcome to another exciting edition of Explore Richland. I'm your host, Mark Ingham. Well, one of the reasons we enjoy such a high quality of life here in the city of Richland is our vast and diverse parks and trail systems. Now, we pride ourselves in offering facilities and amenities that meet the complex activities and hobbies that our residents are into. Now, today we find ourselves at one of these unique facilities, Paws-abilities Place, Richland's dog park. This is one of the most heavily used parks in Richland, and to talk about how it's maintained and the rules, we are pleased to welcome back to the program Jason Janowski. Jason is the park ranger for the city of Richland. Jason, thanks so much for joining us today.
You're welcome.
Now, Paws-abilities Place, the Richland's dog park, is a fairly new facility to Richland. When I started working in Richland, we did not have a dog park. So Jason, take us through the steps of how we were able to attain this unique facility.
Well, basically in the mid-2000s, the Dog Society wanted to have a dog park in Richland. So we started a pilot dog park area here in Badger Mountain Park over kind of close where the splash pad is. And it grew from there. That was a less than an acre dog park, and it's turned into 5 acres, like what we see here today.
Now, Jason, the dog park existed as a 2.5 acre park for some time, and we recently, in 2017, completed the master plan of the dog park by adding the second 2.5 acres. But you'll notice the chain link fence between the two, so it's not one big 5 acre park. Why is that?
So basically, it's to keep the turf as good as possible. Basically, we'll rotate the two sides once a month. And so this side right now will be heavily used. We shut it down, basically, and the turf will grow back and try to get as good as it was, if not better. And then we'll open up the other one. They'll get some wear and tear, and we'll go through that same cycle.
Now, this is obviously an off-leash dog park, which is one of the big rules of Richland parks. You have to keep your dog on leash. This is the only off-leash dog area.
Sure.
But there are still some rules and regulations here at this park. Can you take us through what those are?
Well, yeah, basically the rules, you still got to have your dog under control. It can be running all over the park, but you got to know where your dog is. You've got to be in the dog park with your dog. Okay. Can't go to the store and come back. It's not a babysitter for dogs. What has changed is, before it was recommended that kids 14 and under are not allowed in the park, and that has just been changed, so they can be in the park. They just need to be supervised by an adult. And pick up after your dog, which is obvious.
Obvious, or maybe not obvious.
Yeah.
You can walk around a little bit, so please pick up after your dog.
Yeah, please pick up your dog. That's probably number one. Everyone, for the most part, does a good job, but it's around. Little landmines everywhere. Basically, no digging, and basically, if the dog digs, it's kind of like golf. Replace your divot. Fix it and clean it up, and basically return it. Basically, we want people to return the dog park better than when they came in. And say no aggressive dogs. I just saw it this afternoon. There was a person with a dog came in. Basically, attacked some other dogs, and they basically took care of it right then. The owner basically leashed them up and left the park. Was exactly what we want. We do want to make sure that dogs are immunized, registered, and are fixed. We don't want dogs in heat in here. Become more aggressive.
Wow, well, great points, Jason. And like all of our parks here in Richland, there's no paid supervisor that's, regulating these rules. It's left up to the users of the park, obviously obeying the rules, and then the users at the park correcting behavior, which, as we both know, doesn't always go over perfectly. But, how is this park patrolled? And what can, what can residents do if they experience someone breaking rules? Okay,
well, first of all, it's up to the park users to kind of patrol themselves. But the park ranger program, I come out here daily, and I just make a count, make sure everything's safe. And if they do have a problem or issue, a certain time of day something's going on, they'll let me know, and I'll come out here and check on it and notify the dog owners and try to remedy the situation.
Now, Jason, a lot of community partners, a lot of volunteers have worked alongside the city to make this park possible, most notably the Tri-City Dog Park Society. So I'm just curious, how does the Tri-Cities Dog Park Society work alongside the city of Richland to provide this for our residents? And maybe just talk about some of the features to the park that they've added.
Well, they're huge. They're the reason why this park is here. So basically, the Dog Society will work with our park director, Joe Shishel, and then with the city council as well, and the Parks and Rec Commission. And they were a big part of actually coming up with these rules and giving their feedback. And basically, they've donated a lot of money for upgrades, helping with the trees. We've just put in a new fence. This was a wood, more like a plank type fence, board. And so now we got this beautiful chain link fence, trees, shelter, irrigation system. But yeah, a lot of it does come from the Dog Society as well as with the city. This park is open till 11 like any other park, so we want it safe for users. So we have lights that were put in for safety. And the concrete pads were just barely put in mostly for drainage. So basically we're on a hill, so water's coming down and it's got to drain somewhere, so it goes there. And then when it's just grass, it becomes mud, and dogs love mud, so they'll dig that up. So this is going to help prolong the turf and make less maintenance for our crew.
Okay, great. Well, Jason, thank you so much for coming on the
You're
program
welcome.
and sharing with us the rules and regulations here at the Richland Dog Park. Now, if you would like more information on the Dog Park Society, including joining their great group, visit the link at the webpage below. And of course, if you want information on anything happening in the City of Richland, feel free to visit the City of Richland's webpage at the link below. And don't forget to follow us on our social media platforms. Log on and give us a like on YouTube, Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. Now I'm the most popular guy here at the dog park. I control the ball. I'm Mark Ingham. Thanks for joining me on this edition of Explore Richland. There he goes. Go get it, Lucy.